Hey, you might be laughing, but that taper fade finna add 5 inches to my cock size, okay?
I just braided my dick.
What do you mean by that?
Reminds me of the Steve Harvey show where one guy prank calls a fucking barbershop asking him to size up his meat.
That's
Hell
low.
no, that's crazy.
Hell no.
Oh goodness, man, that was something. You ever get just dumb conversations like that with people in the lobby or even your buddies, like, and you just banter with randoms? It's some of the funniest shit ever, dude. I swear. I think they were reading some kind of post or something on Reels. I think it was like Facebook Reels or some shit. There's no telling. I was going through gameplay, and sometimes I listen to the beginnings of them because sometimes I've recorded parts of it, and then I went back to a flashback recording with Shadowplay and grabbed it because it was funny or whatever. And I just happened to come across that gem. Thought you guys would find it a little funny. But I wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 4. So we, I guess, officially do know it's Modern Warfare 4. It's been confirmed. All that good stuff. And, you know, there's been a little bit of gameplay, movement, all that stuff that's been leaked and shown now. So my opinions on it, it looks good, man. Like, I think it looks solid. This isn't like I'm trying to approach Call of Duty a little differently, like where it's like, oh, you get hyped, and then you're like, well, I don't want to be too hyped, because then this, that, and the third. I hope that it's solid, man, because if it's anything like MW 2023, I think we'll have a pretty good game, but we'll see, because Infinity Ward's making it. I liked a lot of stuff from Modern Warfare 19 and MW2, but there's also a lot of stuff I didn't like about both of those games, so I'm hoping that, you know, they can kind of merge the two, or three technically if you're considering MW3. I don't know how the TTK is going to be. That's always like the biggest critique of a video game, right? I think that every Infinity Ward game so far has been a really fast TTK ever since COD Ghost. Really since any of them, but COD Ghost is where they started the super fast time to kill. So, if I was to bank on it, I would say the time to kill is going to be somewhere in between MW2 and MW19. But that's just what I predict. We will have to see. But I wanted to see what you guys thought in the comment section below. I know a lot of people's quit Call of Duty, and some of the people that are probably on here are just here to talk shit about Call of Duty, and I think that's a poor use of your time, brother. I would personally never watch something I don't like or support. It's kind of a skill issue. I'm not here to dick ride Call of Duty, but also, I mean, it's one of the only shooters I still play next to Battlefield and occasionally Halo, but, you know, I usually kind of just check them out. This one, though, I know it's not on the Game Pass from what I've recently heard, so they would essentially have to buy it outright. I'm willing to test the beta just to see if it feels like I think it's going to feel and play how I think it's going to play. And if I think it's worth my $60 to $70, whatever the heck it's going to be, I always buy like the cheapest version of the game because I don't really care about the other versions. I don't really care about the Battle Pass too much. I kind of just play the game for the base game itself. And then I have expectations, and then if I, you know, think that there's some fun in that, I think it's worth it. Because at the end of the day, video games are still, depending on how much time you use and how much time you invest in them, they're cheap entertainment compared to a lot of the stuff out there these days. If you go to one concert with two people, because you're probably not going to go by yourself, right? You know, and that's kind of the same thing with games. Usually you play games with at least one other person or your friends. You're at least going to spend usually $60. Between that and concessions and parking, you've probably now went over 100, possibly hundreds of dollars for one night, for maybe 4 to 5 hours. I definitely get more than that in one, you know, session, sometimes on a weekend. So you just got to decide what's worth it to you, you know, and I think that this is the way I look at it. If I can at least get about 40 to 60 hours of game time out of a video game, more than worth it. Because technically it's $1 per hour of entertainment, right? Of playtime that you've invested in the game. Now, obviously, not every single minute and hour of that is enjoyed always. Sometimes the video games, it just depends on if you take it too seriously. A lot of you guys take stuff way too seriously, and I've been in that boat more than enough times. That's the pot calling the kettle black, I understand. I'm one of those people that am competitive, and, you know, I do like to take games seriously sometimes, especially when I know that there's a lot of good to be had in it, and if there's a lot of value there. But I will have to say that that's where I find a lot of the fun, right, is I do take things competitively, but I've been getting better about learning to just kind of chill the fuck out, and at the end of the day, I just play it for fun. Like, I hopped on BO7 the other day, because I still had a little bit of the Game Pass left, and I played it for, you know, a weekend with my buddy Braden. And it was fun. We just, dicked around on YouTube, Nuketown. We just played Nuketown, a little bit of Respawn, a little bit of zombies, checked out the new maps. And it was fun. Like, that's all it should be, right? Is like, if you can find some fun in it, I think it's worth it. I think a lot of the times people look into it too far. People get really just so fucking up in arms about it. They get bent out of shape. At the end of the day, man, it's supposed to be for fun, and I have to go into that knowing that. I hope that it is fun. I think the Modern Warfare has a lot of potential to be another good, solid game. Pretty much there's always at least some fun you can have with every Call of Duty, even Vanguard to an extent. I think that one was one of the harder ones to have fun in. But we haven't had a game that bad in a while. It was just a very boring Call of Duty. It wasn't really that it was inherently horrific, but it was just nothing. So I hope that MW4 has enough content and enough fun things in the game that feels a little refreshing. There's a good gameplay loop, because you also don't have to have a shit ton of features for there to be a good gameplay loop. Take the game that my cousin Colby and I and my cousin Tyler and a couple of other buddies have played in the past. You've heard me talk about it, called APB Reloaded. It's kind of like GTA 5, but with like insane customization. People say that GTA has insane customization. Look, APB probably still has better customization than GTA 6 will. I know that's a bold statement because we haven't even seen everything with the game yet. It hasn't come out. I want to make another video too about not giving a single fuck about GTA 6 because I'm just like, whatever, dude. It's just another game. They've spent so much time, just pulling at people's heartstrings and, getting people to try to hyped up for the game. There's going to be millions of people still playing the game. It's going to sell well. It's going to be the best sold game that year, for sure. And I probably still will play it. I'm not sure, though. I mean, because I played GTA 5, right? I played it a little bit, and I don't fucking care. Like, it's okay. It's got its fun moments. I've had a lot of funny moments on GTA 5, but, like, that game's been out since, 2012, 2013. I've played it. I've probably got, like, 50 hours in it. Between that many years, dude, I don't fucking care. It's just whatever, dude. But hey, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of people that do dump like hundreds of hours, and that's great. Like, if you like the game, cool. You've gotten your money's worth for sure, and I respect that, because if you can find any fun in video games or whatever entertainment industry you're into, that's dope. Because a lot of people, they just seem to never have fun in these industries anymore for whatever reason. So maybe it's time to take a step back, like whenever you're in that situation, you find yourself in that boat. That's why I've took a pretty big hiatus with playing games for like the better half of a year. Just had to get some shit in order with my life. And I come back refreshed, man. Wanted to have the itch to play it a little bit more, at least a few times a week, So I've been playing it's not called H2, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the modded versions of older Call of Duties. Been having a blast with that. I did a little bit of the Plutonium, so if you know Plutonium, you can look it up. It's essentially just modded versions of old CODs, and it lets you play them safely, so you don't get all kinds of viruses and nasty stuff in your PC. But it's been a blast to play that, just kind of experiment a little bit, because, I do like to go back and play the older games sometimes, because it is interesting to see how much more they have changed. And with the mod, it has a few quality of life features that the original games didn't, and it is interesting because while I do think that they were, as a package overall, better than kind of what comes to us these days in modern Call of Duties, there's a lot of nice things that are in these modern Call of Duties that people like to just gloss over, because we've had these now for so many years that we just don't think about them. I mean, we take them for granted. So, with all that being said, I just want to see what you guys think about MW4. I know a lot of people are shitting on the game. We haven't really seen much gameplay. I'm not saying, shit on the game or don't shit on it. If you're going to play it, man. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't want to play it, don't watch videos about it, man. Like, don't comment on stuff about it all the time, because it's just a bad use of time and you're being an ass. But that's just my 2 cents, right? Like, I always just follow stuff that I enjoy. And if I stop enjoying it for said reason, one thing or another, I just stop being consumed with that content. I just avoid it, right? But anyways, you guys, of course, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.